Uganda Extra.
Well, it's a very good morning. Welcome to UBC TV on yet another very good day. It is 35 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock today. My name is Jagen Semakola Ziksoka. Thanking all of you for being part of our UBC today. And of course, it is the 9th of August this year, the much awaited full day for the people of the Republic of Kenya. Now, it is election day in Kenya. All Kenyans have been waiting for this day for the last 5 years, and the day is now here for them. Of course, UBC TV has got lieutenants in Kenya who of course will be letting us know what is happening just right there, and it is the election happening today. So we just promise you that the in-depth analysis of what is happening in Kenya will be coming your way anytime from now until the time when the IEBC chairperson Wafula Chebukati announces to the world and to the people of Kenya who the next president of Kenya will be taking over from President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who's been president for the past 10 years as their 4th president, and now ushering in the next one. And we're waiting to see who of the two gentlemen, Raila Amolo Odinga of the Azimio One Kenya Alliance, or Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto of the UDA, Kenya Kwanza, the Kenya Kwanza group, of course, to see who takes over from Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. That will be coming your way. Now, we'll digress a little from the Kenya conversation and get into another very good conversation to ourselves here. And of course, now this entails and concerns Ugandans living in the diaspora, most especially in the United States of America and of course North America. Now, joining me in studios, before we get to those who are not with us in studios, is Mr. Robert Katamba. You're very welcome, Mr. Robert Katamba.
Thank you so much.
Ronald Katamba.
Yeah, yes. Thank you so much, and I'm glad to be here.
Okay.
My name is Ronald Katamba. I'm the founder and CEO of Jaguza Tech. And
what do you call that? Jaguza?
Jaguza Tech.
Jaguza.
Yes.
The Uganda Jaguza.
Yes.
Okay.
It's an innovation for agriculture.
Okay.
Mostly we focus on livestock for detecting diseases in animal in the next 48 hours before the disease manifests. So if you have a cow and it's going to get sick on Thursday,
you can actually tell.
Yes, you can actually tell today that your cow is going to get sick.
Using your app?
Yes, using the app.
Using the app that you
yes.
Invented.
Yes, but beside that, we also have challenges of cattle theft. So we integrate the monitoring of your cow so that you can be at ease. So you be here and you can be able to see your cows, how they are. Are they moved out of where they are supposed to be? Is there someone who's taking them? And then you can do that precaution.
On the internet, or you also have an SSD code, USSD code?
Yeah, we focus on even smallholder farmers, those one who doesn't have a smartphone.
Okay.
We have a USSD. You dial *284 *35#, and you can be able to see our. You can send an information.
See the menu, then of course.
Yes, in all languages. So we focus on 7 languages so far, where we focus on Swahili, Runyankore, Runashtara, Ruganda, English, and also Rusoga. So we are moving to make sure we add more languages so that people can be able to get familiar, even those who are not familiar with English, they can be able to understand our technology and they can ask information whatever where they want to.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Mr. Ronald Katamba, an IT expert, is joining us in studios today here, of course, not to talk about what he does with livestock, but his contribution to the conversation that we're just getting into here for UNA. Now, UNA is organizing their convention, and I think this is the 32nd convention that is happening in California this particular year in the month of September. And I just hope that the president and the CEO of the Uganda North American Association is with us, and to just find out if she's with us, Madam Henrietta Nairobi Wamala. If you are with us and you can see us and hear us, could you please just say hello to us? We know that you're there.
Yes, I'm here with you, and I'm honored to be with you, Mr. Jagenda Semakula. Thank you for hosting us here in your studios today. And a good morning to Ronald Katamba, who has been working with us at UNA and has actually developed our first ever UNA app.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And I'm happy that I'm having you. It is very late in the night where you are. It's morning to us here. Of course, it's very normal to us, and it's late where you are. But thank you so much for braving the times and, of course, the wee hours of the night to speak to us live on UBC TV, Uganda's public national broadcaster. Well, of course, I also know that we have with us Mr. Lambert Etibot. Mr. Lambert Etibot is the UNA Executive Secretary and, of course, the Convention Chief of Operations. Lambert, good morning.
Good morning to you, Jagenda Semakula, and a pleasure to be here. Looking forward to sharing the good work we're doing over on this side in UNA. Ronnie, a good morning to you as well, and looking forward to discuss all the good things that we're working on together. Back to you, Jagenda. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And of course, to Huda Nabatanzi Mchivi. Now, Huda Nabatanzi Mchivi is my own sister. Huda Nabatanzi is the council representative and San Francisco Convention chairperson. Nabatanzi, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Jagenda Sankula. Thank you for all our viewers. I'm pleased to be here. Thank you.
Okay, very important. Let me come to you, Madam Henrietta Wamala, the President and CEO of UNA. Please just get to us to the crux of what UNA is, what you're organizing, and the details of what Ugandans need to know about the UNA Convention and Trade Expo that is happening next month.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Semakula Jagenda. UNA is the Ugandan North American Association, and it encompasses of members that live in North America, which is the United States and Canada and New Mexico. We have over at least almost 500,000 Ugandans that live in North America alone. And we always get together annually through activities of the convention. That's why so many people know about UNA, the UNA convention. But UNA as an entity has its own objectives, whereby it started 34 years ago. Of course, we are turning 34 years this year. And we have objectives whereby we enable and stimulate acquaintances amongst our members. We promote togetherness, friendship among our members. We address needs that are peculiar to us as we live here in North America. And then we also increase awareness and access to those things that matter to us here in North America. We, of course, extend and build partnerships across the borders, that is back home where we came from, and also within North America, and access, of course, things that matter to us, such as making sure that we are promoting, of course, education, we promote professionalism, we promote all things that we think people in North America that came from Uganda need. And one of the main things that always ties us to our home country is that we advise relevant governments on policies and regulations that affect us as UNA members. For example, UNA has been at the front when it comes to promoting dual citizenship, when it comes to making sure our visa fees were reduced from $100 to $50. The dual citizenship fees were also reduced from $400 to $200. UNA has been at the forefront of making sure that those issues that matter to diaspora are actually looked at and addressed by the policymakers, who are also the government entities in Uganda. So that's why you see that when we have these conventions, you definitely see us inviting people such as NIRA, people from the immigration, people from foreign affairs, because we know that these people offer us services that we need, such as the IDs, such as renewing our passports, such as granting us dual citizenship, and all the other things that I may not mention in this short time. But UNA actually extends more from just having a convention annually, and actually promotes and addresses needs that matter to us here in the diaspora. When it comes to the convention activities, I'll give Lambert Etibot a chance and Huda Nabatanzi to break down what the convention activities entail.
Well, thank you so much, Henrietta. And I think you've given us a very good background of what UNA is, what it entails, and of course, what you do. And of course, the successes in there for the past almost and a half decades. And this is going to be the 34th of its kind. Now to you, Lambert, in as far as the convention is concerned, now just recently, sometime last month, there was another convention, a Ugandan symposium in Canada. And you saw what happened. Now, people tend to look at these conventions that are organized by you, who live where you are, and when government officials come to participate in these conventions, they're always bantered with the politics and the polarities of lots of things. Now, talk to us about the convention and what we should expect. Maybe we might also see a Nankabirwa Balama fair that was just in Canada last month.
Thank you so much, Mr. Semakula. No, I highly doubt we'll have that kind of situation on the UNA side. UNA has championed provision of services to our members here in the diaspora. So we are actually a member organization. Other conventions tend to just organize events. We are a member organization. So we have actual members that do understand the value of the entity. So I don't think we'll have a situation like that on our side. But speaking of the convention itself, if you love business, you should expect business at this trade expo. If you're in for social networking, you will have that as well. We're going to have a little bit of culture and tradition as well, because UNA has a social foundation. We work throughout the year, and we get together this one Labor Day weekend to share all our experiences and socially network and share everything that we've been about throughout the year. And it's an opportunity for every business, for government, for any entity that would benefit from such a gathering to join us and get the best of products or services and things like that to an organized group of people. Yeah, so we have a lot that we have set for this particular convention. We're going to be in San Francisco, which is a tech city. And you have Ronald sitting next to you in the studio. He's developed an app for us that that app is going to champion our communication and bridge the gap between everything that we'll be doing and everybody else that is going to be interested in taking part in this convention. So I'm gonna let Huda share a lot more of what we have planned on the ground, but pretty much that is the scope of what we have. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Semakula.
Just before Huda Nabatanzi comes in, the president just intimated to us the numbers of the people living in that grabbing the UNA region. We talk about almost 500,000 people. And now for this particular convention, how many people are expecting the packs? How many people are expecting? How many are invited? And why exactly is it in the United States that it's going to be central for all of them to navigate through and be a part of the convention if they're coming to participate in real life?
Okay, thank you so much. That's a good question. So our expectation is probably going to be anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500 people. And, given the number that the president gave, that is the general number of people living in the diaspora. Mm-hmm. But again, we have different restrictions because we're still not entirely out of this pandemic. So we have different restrictions in terms of travel and then backlogs at at some embassies because you have to fly from Canada here, and some of the restrictions still apply. And if you're not vaccinated, you may not be able to come through from Canada and things like that. And it could be the same with Mexico. So, and then the other issue would be people's different work schedules and different things that are going on in their life. That's why probably we're not able to get the entire 500,000. It would be good, but also we have a limiting factor that the hotels we go to wouldn't be able to accommodate the entire 500,000. But we look forward to getting to such a place probably sometime in the future. But again, what is key is the service delivery that we offer to the people in the diaspora. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Huda, speak to us about the convention, the things that you think Ugandans need to know about this particular convention that is happening next month. Huda?
Thank you. So one of the things that we wanted to emphasize this time around, we are having a talent show. One of the things that I've been hearing from parents is to be able to bring their kids to the convention. The past convention haven't really been focused so much on the kids and the youth. So as the host city of San Francisco, I want to make sure that the kids and the young adults do have their own platform. This is a time to showcase their talents, their skills. So whether you're living in San Francisco Bay Area or you're coming from other states, this is your time to showcase for the community at large. So that's one thing that we have going on. And as I mentioned, a lot of kids and parents are really excited because what you will find is you have parents who would like to come to the convention, but because of the restriction of maybe babysitting issues, they're a lot of times limited to attend. So what we did is we heard their feedback and we said, okay, what better way than to create this talent show? So that's one thing, and that's what's going to happen on Friday at the opening ceremony. And of course, throughout the 3-day weekend, we have different forums. So we're going to be kicking off with a trade and investment forum Friday morning from 9 to 5, and then take a 1-hour break, and then the opening ceremony kicks in. Saturday, we're going to have annual general meeting. We also have a woman empowerment forum. And then we also have the all-inclusive boat cruise. And that's one of the highlights of the convention too, that people tend to look forward outside of our business and other related forums. And then of course, Sunday, we can't forget fellowship. We're going to have fellowship hours in the morning. And then we're going to have the Northern Uganda Forum, and we're also going to have a political forum. And then we conclude the convention with a Sunday red carpet gala dinner. So that's kind of in a nutshell. Aside from the forums that I just mentioned, including the entertainment, we're also going to be providing with vendors. So we have the standard and the premium vendors where you get to showcase your product, your services, and that is whether you're living in the diaspora or you coming from Uganda directly. So this is a way for you to showcase, you know, what you can offer to the communities and other business like-minded people. So thank you
so much. Thank you so much, Huda. I will come back to you, President Henrietta, to speak to us about what this will have as a very different aspect of it from all the other 33 conventions that we've had. Is it just the same tradition, or you think this time round, as you, the president, and of course organizing this particular one, there is something very unique that we need to expect? But just before you get into that, let me come to studios here and talk to Mr. Katamba to just explain to us and tell us how you come into the UNA Convention 2022.
Thank you. First of all, I traveled to the US to make sure my project, Jaguza, was one of the best 10 projects in the world.
Okay.
And they invited me in San Francisco to go and present. So I presented to some investors, and they were so interested in my project.
Okay.
So I met one of the Ugandans who is an engineer at Tesla. And he was so interested in what I'm doing. And he said, what can you do for us as people who live in diaspora? Is there anything you can do that can connect to our people in Uganda? Because there's a lot of things which is happening in our country where they need to have access to information. They have business. They're doing business. They're there for work, but they're citizens here in Uganda. So I said, let's come up with a technology that will unite them, that will bring closer to them. They will be like they're in Uganda. They can monitor their farms, wherever they are. They can be able to communicate to everything. I can be going to the US, and I say, I can just write a text and a photo, and I say, I'm coming to Texas. Is there anyone in Texas? I bring posho. They want to eat posho, our food, and anyone on the screen can be able to know. Yes, you bring it, because sometimes you travel when you have nothing you can go with to the US. So if you pack something and take it somewhere there, they can find it, and you can do that through communication through the app. But the most important thing also, there are people who wanted to go to the US to attend the convention, but they don't have, maybe their visa is not yet approved.
There are lots of things, of course, that fail them.
So we created what we call a live stream, where they will be able to watch straight away.
To be part of that even when they are not in San Francisco.
Exactly. So that also makes them to make sure at least they have that kind of interaction with the people of that side, though they are home here. And also there's a lot of things, information, where members, instead of going to the website, why can't they use everything on the app? They want to pay membership. They want to see who are the members. I'm in Boston. I want to know which member is in Boston. I can chat with that person. I can talk to them. I know his number. They can help me. So by doing that, we are bringing them closer to make sure even us who are in Uganda, we can have access, just in case you go to the US and you want some information. But above that, we have groups. We create groups where you can chat with, for example, member group. You can be able to, if you're a member, you can log in and chat with other people. They can share information and share contacts, and they can advise you if you have any question. So these groups are going to be there to make sure it helps people. If I'm into fashion, I can log into fashion group and I can be able to showcase my information. And this brings out also the issue of tourism, where we want to make sure our people are in Uganda has that kind of visibility.
Showcasing what they do.
Yes, they are showcasing what they are doing. And they are showcasing the culture of Ugandans, where they come from. They can be able to show it, and people all over the world can be able to see what's happening. What's happening.
So is this the same Jaguza app that you're giving to, or it's a different app this time around?
My company, Jaguza, is a sister to Afrosoft IT Solution. Afrosoft, I started it when I was in computer lab at Makerere.
At Makerere.
Yes. So I started that company to help young people. We have done a lot of things. We have done so far. We have trained more than 7,000 students internship. We give them hands-on training. We develop software for companies. We have developed many software, both in Uganda and out of Uganda. We have also created software. One of the software, you were talking about election here. We developed an EC election app, where by that time it was a COVID time, where people could not go and meet officials from EC.
We had scientific campaigns.
Yes.
So a hybrid situation.
So we created an innovation where it brings a gap between the citizen, the media, and the official from EC. So you can communicate. If you're here and you want to talk to the spokesperson of EC, you can be able to chat with him. You can share a document, you can share a video, and they can reply you. By doing that, we who are citizen who wants to know their NIN number, they can log in, they can be able to view. They have problem, they can ask question, they can ask EC, they can some kind of interaction app. And it helps a lot of people by then. So we keep on developing innovation, and this platform, we put them for citizens. So when you look at such kind of innovation, it helps someone who's within the community to make sure they could have access to information, they could know more about the voting and other things. It's the same as this one.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Madam President, Henrietta, coming back to you. This is one of the conventions, of course, that we've had. And except for people who might attend this as their very first convention, but there are people who have been attending these for the last 2 or 3 decades, and they've always been there. So the convention comes, and they know it will come and go. They know what to expect. Apart from those who are coming for the first time, but those who have been coming regularly, what do you think will be the most exciting or the most unique thing or the most different thing that they will take from this and say, it was at the 34th convention that we had in San Francisco that this was actually something very unique that we had not seen in the previous ones?
Thank you so much for that question. The first thing that we should look at is that we are heading into San Francisco, which is a tech city. It's a technology city. So this app really has come in a timely time whereby we are actually embracing technology, something that we have not been doing in UNA for a long time. But I guess after COVID, there is that increasing technological advancement in the world whereby it's about time UNA joined board and also started doing what the rest of the world is doing. Is it something that is exciting? It is very exciting. Right now, as we actually introduced that app, we have seen the excitement amongst our members that they believe that they have UNA in their hands. Most of them, we have been trying to actually convince them to go on the website, do the registrations, go and look at what is there in terms of services we offer, go and look at the things that matter to them, such as the UNA financials, the UNA programs, and they've been hesitant to do so. But now that they have the UNA app, for the first time, you're getting phone calls whereby people are pointing things that have been on that website for years, and they were not even bothering to look at those things. So us partnering with Mr. Katamba we look at that as a very, very number one interesting thing, because we are joining the technology world, but at the same time we see this as UNA investing in its own. We could have gone and gotten someone here in the US to develop that app, but when we met with Ronald, he struck us as someone who has made a difference and is an unsung hero. And we decided to partner with him, to elevate him, to show the world what he has done for Uganda, what he has done for Ugandans, and what he can actually do in terms of even helping us here in North America. So we are so proud that we are able to partner with Ronald, because I don't think we would have been able to pull this off in such a short time. We have been having sleepless nights, the 3 of us here, Hood and Lambert, and of course, calling Ronald around this time in the morning every day until we had this app going. So for those people who have been at the convention, they've been used to having, for example, the program books handed to them, at the convention. They've been asking for directions of where to go. This time with the UNA app, they are going to be getting push notifications that will be telling them where each and every program is happening. They are going to be streaming live. Even you people in Uganda will be able to follow what is happening at the UNA convention in a timely manner. You'll be getting real-time access to whatsoever is happening in San Francisco. When it comes to our partners and sponsors, we have brought people more closer to them, because we believe that we have built a direct and personalized marketing channel to our members. such that we are bringing their services and products directly to the members. They are able to interact with these members on the app. They are able to go into the chat rooms, as Ronald was explaining. And we believe that we have at least done something that will help us build that membership loyalty to the organization. Like Lambert mentioned in the beginning, UNA is a membership organization, and it's the members that keep it moving. It has been in existence for 34 years. Why? Because it keeps growing its membership. In San Francisco this year, we are expecting about 2,500 people. We have sold out the hotel. We have been negotiating with that hotel to give us more rooms, and we've been doing this for months. That shows you that the members are so excited to be part of its organization. So when we bring things such as these to UNA, when we introduce this up to UNA, the future generations are going to build onto it and even make the organization better. We are actually building a legacy within the organization, and we believe that it will stay stronger as it has been in the past. So for those people who are going to be joining us in person, we have more exciting things for them to see. And for those who cannot join us in person, we have that live stream that will still connect us with you. So I think UNA has your interests, has your back.
Thank you very much. And I think the partnership with Mr. Katamba here that brings in the local content is very key. Thank you so much for that. But yet again, you normally extend invitations to different institutions, different quarters, especially from within Uganda. Now that we had the 2-year break of the COVID pandemic, and of course the visa restrictions, the travel restrictions, etc., etc., what was your invitation like for persons to come and attend, and how has the response been with the different restrictions, and what are you expecting out of US and North America?
We actually extended so many invitations, and more people want to come to North America, but we cannot bring everyone to North America for the convention. Of course, there is still some restrictions when it comes to the embassies, and this is not just for North America, but it's all over the world, just because of COVID. And it's because of the COVID backlogs that they have in these embassies. For example, in Britain, they have the same problems. Canada has the same problems. The other time I was reading about India having its students actually kind of released in batches to go for their US interviews for their visas. So I don't think we have really gone away from saying that the restrictions are all away per se. The restrictions are still there, and I guess they are still working on their backlogs, but once they catch up with those, maybe in the next 2-3 years, things will go back to normal. So what we have been advising people to do is, if you feel that you are going to be attending the UNA convention, try to do your paperwork or everything as early as possible. Unfortunately, today is the 9th of August, so we closed all registrations for those who are coming from outside, because we are very much aware that at this time in the day, no one can go and get into, for example, the US system to try and get a visa. So we are mindful of that, and that's why we decided, let us close that registration.
Okay, Mr. Lambert, talk to us again about the Trade Expo, because we talk about the convention, it's also the Trade Expo. What is expected now as convener there, as organizing secretary of the convention? Of course, Huda told us, and the boat cruises and etc. The nitty-gritty of this, and what we need to brace ourselves for those who are going to participate virtually and for those who are coming into San Francisco.
Thank you so much. So for the trade and investment this time, we just have two very simple objectives. We're looking at promoting trade between Uganda and North America, that is USA and Canada, and to increase investment in Uganda by the diaspora. So we have companies that we've attracted. We have both companies from Uganda and here in North America that are coming to participate in this trade and investment. But the whole goal is just, as in the objective is to meet those two goals. Our first session, being that it's in the morning, is going to cater for mainly the people here and those in Uganda, but with a focus on the trade between Uganda and North America. And then our afternoon session will focus on how Ugandans here in the diaspora can invest back home. So that is pretty much what we have. I cannot go into the details of who is playing what role, but I know all stakeholders, for example, in Uganda, like the Investment Authority and NSSF and all these entities are somehow involved in it, and they're going to be taking part in that as well. On the US side, we also have some critical companies that are interested in purchasing, things like coffee and the unique products that Uganda has to offer that we've invited to come and be part of this trade and investment forum. We also have a venture podium where we're going to offer people like Ronald, like how Ronald popped up. That's more like what we're looking at here. We have an opportunity for somebody that has a project that they probably need funding, or they're trying to sell a project to a potential investor, to present it to that audience, and then we move on from there. We will have a slot in that trade and investment that afternoon where we'll hold the venture podium, and whoever has an appealing project, they will probably win what it will be for the night. Yes, so that's what we have on trade. Thank you so much. Back to you, Mr.
Thank you very much. Let me talk to my sister Nabatans on the issue of culture. Culture is one of well, I could say, one of the things that we can sell to the rest of the world. Not so long ago, the Germans took the Lubugo from us, the backcloth, patented it there. And when you talk about the Lubugo, a Ugandan, Buganda fair, it's now somewhere else. And these are some of the things that we'll be taking pride in. We're talking to you in North America, in the United States, where you are. And one of the things, of course, that make us unique as Ugandans is our culture. What's the space for culture that there's anything actually that we can sell out to everybody out there? And it's cultural, it's culture, it's something that we can expose.
That's a good question. Thank you. So I can speak personally for myself, not being born and raised in Uganda. I still take pride in my culture. And that's one of the things that I want to highlight, because not only do we have like first-born generation Americans attending convention, it's really important that we showcase the beauty and the richness that our country, homeland Uganda, has to offer. And you get to see that not just in our vendors that are coming to showcase their items and their products, but also the people that you get to network. As Madam President and Mr. Secretary have mentioned, this convention is open to everyone. So you have folks coming directly from Uganda, you have folks coming in from Britain, from parts of Europe, all over the world. Why? Because to unite and come together to showcase the richness of our culture. We also have speakers. So if you're into networking, this is your chance to go and talk to speakers or thought leaders if you have questions about how things operate back home, whether it's business related, whether it's socially related, and also people that are living here in the United States as well. So those are some of the ways that we get to just showcase and amplify the goodness of our culture.
Very good. Thank you very much. Madam President, this is also very important to you now. When I listen to your names and when I hear your names, Nairobi, Etibot, Nabatanzi, I can actually place all of you in any part of Uganda. I can actually say Nabatanzi is from here, Nairobi is from here, Etibot comes from there. I can actually place you. But when you get there, you are Uganda. Now, that's very important. Why am I bringing this and alluding to this is there is also the politics in us that at the end of the day, we Ugandans with these political extractions in ourselves. even when my brother Etibot intimates that yes, UNA is a membership organization, that's true. But of course, that does not kill the instinct of I am this political party, I am that political party. How was that played out to keep the organization going, and you admit and accept, I am of this political extraction, but this is UNA. And you know, when I am here, it is our Ugandan affair, and then of course we'll leave the politics aside, then carry on and go on. It happens, it plays out, especially when you are coming into office as president. Another person wants, another person wants, and out of all of them, you emerge as president, and of course you have a term to serve. With some political interests, of course, but to just get it all together. So how does that play out, that you get this convention and say, it is the UNA Convention and Trade Expo, we will do the things to market Uganda, as opposed to fighting for our political extractions from wherever we come from?
That is something that actually we are dealing with in the diaspora. The politics at home has a way of crossing borders and coming to infiltrate all our aspects of life. But when it comes to UNA, and when I came into office, I told everyone that I do not care what political affiliation you are subscribing to. As long as you come to me and tell me that you are coming to serve the members selflessly, that is what we are going to be looking at. And that's how, for example, I recruited my team. I would get people who would come and tell me, you know, this is the political affiliations that we should be actually championing, and so on and so forth. And I asked them a question such as, so when you subscribe to a certain political party, can you explain to me what that political party has done for members in the diaspora? And all in all, no one would point a finger to what each political party had done in the diaspora, for people in the diaspora. So I told them to leave the politics out of UNA, because UNA is a non-political organization. That is a fact. It's a non-profit organization, and all non-profits in the diaspora should not be affiliated politically by anything, whether you're Democrat, whether you're Republican, whether you're the offshore politics such as the ones we have in Uganda, the NUP, NRM, and so on. So much as we do have that politics playing in the diaspora, whereby people do identify a certain way, we try to take that out of UNA, because at the end of the day, if you subscribe to a certain political party and you champion just your political your political ideologies, then you're going to alienate the rest of the other people who are not affiliating to what you believe in. And that is how we have run the entity. We try to take the politics out of it. We, of course, give them a political forum on Sunday, whereby we invite all people that have come from Uganda to come and explain to us what is going on at home. Of course, matters that entail to us. For example, one hot issue that we have right now is the right to vote as diaspora. That is going to be discussed in the next political forums. I know that is something that the organizers are working on. But when it comes to these political forums, we make sure that it's a platform that is given to all the political parties, and we do not care who represents what. The parties themselves tell us whom they are going to send to us, and we make sure that each and every party is represented at that forum. That is the only politics you'll find at UNA. That is on Sunday. They go into that room, they battle it out, but thankfully, no one comes out with bruises. So that's how we play it at UNA. We try to make sure that we do not have that politics, that ingrained politics playing within our management.
Very important. So how do you recruit your members? How do you get members to, how do you get people to become part of UNA? Because I'm only thinking there are those who could be watching now, following the link, wherever they are, and maybe get to this conversation much later, and they are in the United States and maybe not members of UNA. How do you get to them? How do you recruit them? And what are the procedures for them to join the fraternity?
We have got memberships that are affiliated to UNA, like our people in Uganda who say, I want to become a UNA membership. You can become a UNA membership by paying your dues. you're of course going to be entitled to the benefits of a UNA member, but you cannot vote when it comes to our elections in UNA in the US. Of course, for the people in North America, all they have to do is subscribe as members and make sure that they follow our ethical code of conduct. Number one, when you subscribe to our entity, try to make sure that you're not going against it by making sure that you're doing all the wrong things out there to try and hurt the entity. Try to follow the constitution and make sure that you abide by it. So really our subscription is so simple, but we try to make sure that members are not hurting the organization, and that's why we have the membership code of conduct.
Okay, you talked about the Ugandan association by affiliation, you call that so? Those in Uganda, how do they get to that? Just get the website, register, become members, and that's it?
Yeah, they just get, in fact, right now it is so simple. I won't even say go to unaonline.org, just download the UNA app and you'll find that little click that says become a UNA member from the UNA app.
Then you pay the dues. Then you pay the annual subscription.
Yes, and then you pay the annual subscription. I wasn't hearing you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Again, let me come, before I come to close it there, to Mr. Katamba here. Again, your app, what's the name of this particular app that is going to be for UNA? I don't know.
It's called UNA.
It's called UNA app.
Yes.
That's what you developed.
UNAA app.
The app.
So you go to Play Store, you type UNA app,
okay.
Then you see
have it there.
App, then you download it, you have access to all information you want to.
Okay, so even the convention that is coming on next month.
Exactly.
Everything, every little detail is actually
we
there.
have speakers, we have exhibitors, we have everything you can find it in one place. Hotels, which hotel you're supposed to go in and how much, and you can also pay from there. Yeah, so we want to make everything like tech.
Okay.
Even you have a QR code where you scan your
to certify.
Yes, to certify.
Madam President has actually praised you for the good job that you've done, and of course speaking from your local content, which to me is actually a plus because I am also one of the advocates of local content. How long has it developed? Has it taken you to develop this particular app? Because they've just said you've worked in and out to make sure that you get it.
Yeah, I've been in States in March, so I came back in April.
Okay.
So when I came back, we started discussing about this app.
Okay.
But because of the experiences in my software development and the team I have, we said let us give it a month to make sure we come up with both the iOS. Remember, diaspora people, most of them they are using iOS. So
because they're Apple.
Yes. So we need to make sure we develop two apps.
Okay.
One for Android and then iOS, and we had to make sure we work hard to make sure their people can have access to this information even before the convention, because we want to make the UNA people, they need to make sure they are so advanced in technology in whatever they are doing, that it be any information they want to access, they can also use the mobile app. So we shall keep on improving it, because we want to make it a one-stop platform where someone who's in UNA can be able to access, for example, what we are doing here in studio. They can be able to see you live and be able to have access to.
You work with UNA, you go with UNA wherever you are. That's what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
Somebody they have UNA wherever they are.
Exactly.
UNA on the go.
Yes. Even hotel, you want to have information. So that's why I'm saying we want to make sure people in diaspora can have access to all information they have, and they can also be able to monitor what is taking place. They can be able to be closer to their farms. They are closer to their business in Uganda, because they are making money and they have to also invest in whatever they are doing. So to me, I see this partnership is very good with UNA, and I want to thank the president of UNA and the team
Okay.
for giving me this opportunity as a company. So we have been working so many projects, but we said we need to give a time for this project. We do it because we look at this partnership as one of the best.
Okay.
I see, yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Mr. Etibot, coming to, because we're closing this down, Mr. Etibot Lambert, speaking to you once again, talk to us finally. Let us know when the convention is happening, when this is actually happening. We know it's next month. For the people who do not know the exact dates, when is it happening, and any other nitty-gritty that you think should be said about the convention just before we sign out?
Thank you so much. So the convention is happening from September 2nd to the 5th of September. So it's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For those of you that are traveling from Uganda, you want to arrive as early as Wednesday or Thursday, because Friday we start out the Trade and Investment Forum at 9 a.m. in the morning. So you want to be at the hotel. We will have our registration desk open on Thursday, which is September the 1st. And for those that arrive earlier, you can take advantage of that and start checking in as early as you can. I already know some people are arriving as early as Tuesday from Uganda, and we'll be there doing the preparations. But those are the dates, and really looking forward to this. Everyone should come prepared to have a good experience. We have just the right people for business, just the right people for the social networking, and just the right culture and traditional bit of it. So it's a full package in one. And again, we're using the app to bridge that communication gap and make sure we bring this information to your fingertips. So it's going to be a full-blown experience, and I'm just excited and also honored to be the one putting this together with the team we have. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, my brother Etibot, just right there. And of course, to my sister Nabatanzi. What extra promises do you give the people coming to attend the convention this time round?
Thank you for your question. Our aim has always been to provide a valuable and memorable experience, and we want to continue with that. Everything that's been mentioned, we are tremendously excited, but more importantly, we are grateful for the support that we've been getting. More so regarding the app, the Una app. Our engagement has been increasing. People are excited. People are looking forward to, and we can't wait to share this experience with you throughout this 3-day weekend. This is just the beginning. It's going to continue to remain at your fingertips through an app, and we'll continue to build on from there. So we look forward to seeing everyone that's going to be attending here and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nabatanzi Huda Muchibi, the UNA Council representative and the San Francisco convention chairperson. Thank you very much for your thoughts, and of course, thank you so much for braving the time. We know what the time is right now in San Francisco, and of course, for you staying up and awake until now is very commendable. Thank you so much, Mr. Lambert Etibot, the UNA Executive Secretary and Convention Chief of Operations. We just sure that you are actually managing the operations ably well as a quartermaster right there. And now, finally, to you, Madam Henrietta Nairuba Wamala, the CEO and President of UNA. Your closing remarks just before we let you go.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Jagenda, for having us. It has been a pleasure. And thank you so much, Mr. Ronald Katamba, for partnering with UNA and bringing us into the future. As I've been telling people that, yes, you helped us build a legacy, and we are so excited for what the future has for us. For all those that are listening to us, to all those that partner with us, to all those that sponsor our conventions here, our partners such as the banks, the people who sell the houses, people who have all the other things that they want to show to our members here. We are always grateful that you have supported us, and we look forward to seeing you on this 34th annual convention. To all our brothers and sisters that are listening in that we are not able to make it this time, we hope to see you next year. But to all those that are coming, we are waiting to see you and we welcome you to the city of San Francisco. We'll be there in the next 3 weeks. We'll be waiting to see what we can do for you there.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Katamba. Just before they go, a word to them and a word for them as you bid them farewell.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank my team at AfroSoft that has worked tiresomely to make sure we make this dream come true.
Okay.
And also, I want also to thank the UNA team.
Okay.
Because giving us this opportunity, they would have given it to someone else. But because of the potential they see in us, they say, we need to make sure we work with you.
Okay.
And I want to promise them that we want to continue working with this because we believe even Facebook or these other platforms, they came like how we are starting. So we can be big as we work with them.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to thank them for giving us that opportunity.
Okay.
And also, I want to thank the UBC for this great opportunity you've given to us. I don't take it for granted because we need to make sure we work together and we give our viewers, not only in Uganda, but all over the world, access to such information so that it can be in their palm, in their fingerprint. Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. And UBC, of course, will also bring this live to you next month in September, the UNA 34th convention as it continues happening. Once again, thank you so much, Madam President Henrietta Wamala. Thank you very, very, very much for having allowed to join us on UBC today. Thank you very much, my sister Nabatanzi Mchibi. Thank you so much, and of course, wishing all the best for this convention. Nandugu Etibot, karibu sana. Thank you very much. We just want to wish you all the best as it gets there. To all of you, forgotten my country, Uganda, we love you so much. Thank you so much. And of course, we hope to again get into our further engagements. My name is Jage Nasemakola Ziksoka. Wishing you all the best. Bye for now and good morning.
Thank you.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.